latest videos. So afterwards you can go out and decide which ones you want to buy. Now another video which is not so new, it's from 1981, is one from the Jacksons and it's called Can You Feel It? At the time when it came out, it was one of the most amazing videos, brilliant special effects. Now have a look for yourself and they'll feel it. Yes, it's Sunday, you're watching MTV and it's 6:30. Now, before you go into the next week, you've got to know what happened in the world of rock and roll last week. And you can see it all here in Week in Rock.
In this week's Week in Rock, Red Hot and Dance, The Cities Go Raving. The stars come out for the BMI Awards. DJ Westbam, a practicing maniac at work, and 25 years of blues and soul. Hello and welcome to the Week in Rock with me, Sonia Saul, standing in for Steve Blame, in a week which started rather grimly when Rob Pilatus of Milli Vanilli Mark I tried to commit suicide. He overdosed on a cocktail of depressing drugs, slashed his wrist, and after leaving a suicide note, was about to throw himself off a 9th-floor balcony in California when he was grabbed by police. High points of the week, though, include Red Hot and Dance, when cities around the world united in concerts to raise money for AIDS research and highlight World AIDS Day last Sunday.
I did the Red Hot and Blue thing last year, and I don't know, I was approached by Red Hot and Blue, and they said, oh, we're doing this album, you know, and all the money that is raised goes to the AIDS research. And that's like the first thing that I'd heard. And I said, I'll do it. And then they said, you know, we based the thing on a Cole Porter, like everyone does a Cole Porter song. And I thought, well, that'd be even better, you know, it's like an added bonus.
When the only one you wanted was another.
I did Red Hot and Blue last year, not because I was a huge Cole Porter fan, although I think the songs are brilliant for their time, you know, but we had to use that Trojan horse to get us where we needed to be, which was on television. And the bottom line is that, you know, people would open their arms and say, Cole Porter, come on in. But people would not open their arms and say, AIDS, come on in. We knew that.
There's some brilliant videos that I really love. I love the one Nina Terry did.
Incredible.
That was great.
I've got you under my skin. Pure pain you're giving me.
Jazz FM sent us this letter saying how outrageous it was. How could they do that to that song? They were completely disgusted.
The music I'm into totally is dance, and in all its forms. And it is a little peculiar, really, when you think about it, that, you know, it's a really kind of incredibly popular strain of music, but like, there's never been a dance special.
I think women should be a lot more concerned, because like I said before, they think it's mainly the gay community, but there are a lot of men that are bi who, you know, don't really let other people know that they sleep with men as well as women.
Everybody, male or female, should take charge of it's your life. And if that means that you have to tell your partner you ain't getting it unless you have a rubber, then fine. You've got to do it. You can't let somebody else take that responsibility when it's your body.
Safe sex
Saves lives.
so please
Use the condom.
Red Hot and Dance continue to boogie the night away across the Atlantic in New York.
Got a lot more people this year, probably about 2,000 more dancers, which is really terrific. And I think partly that's just the fact is a lot more people, particularly in the wake of the Magic Johnson announcement, who are really looking at AIDS and saying, you know, I have to be part of the solution here.
I didn't think I was going to get a lot of pledges and things like that, but I've gotten a great amount of people to actually open their hearts and their pockets for a good cause.
I think this is a big, big sign of love from a lot of people to the guys and women out there who are suffering right now, and it's also educational. It tells people be careful and watch what you're doing. Keep the dog sheep.
I have a lot of respect for Magic Johnson. I mean, he only did that solely for the purposes of everyone else learning about it. I mean, it wasn't, you know, for his own benefit at all, which was, in my book, AIDS #1.
In some ways it's good, in some ways I think it's really bad, because just because Magic Johnson has it and he's this macho figure in society, now everybody really cares and everybody thinks that it's a really big problem. It's been a big problem. For 10 years it's been a big problem, you know, but nobody has seen that. And now all of a sudden, wow, anybody can get it. Hello, anybody could have gotten it a long time ago.
I grew up listening to Freddie Mercury, and I used to like We Will Rock You, and I chose him because he hit me the most. AIDS is a very serious thing. That's happening right now, and I just hope I'll keep them divvy hats on, you know what I'm saying?
This is really a plague, and people have to, you know, really treat it like that. They have to really grip onto it, you know, and, you know, deal with it.
Lisa Stansfield has been busy promoting her new album, Real Love, and is just about to release a second track, All Woman, a ballad about a relationship that has lost its way. As Lisa has been with the same person for many years, just what's the idea behind it?
It's basically about a couple that have got together, and they've sort of been together for quite a while. They thought, oh, let's buy a house, you know, let's set up home and everything, and they forget why they ever got together in the first place. And I think it's nice, really, because they realise that there is a sort of light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, they sort of look back on the way it was, and they think, well, yeah, maybe we can rekindle it, maybe we can get it together again and do something about it.
As well as the normal round of promotional interviews and gigs, Lisa also hopes to get involved in acting.
If the right thing comes up, I mean, I've been getting offers for films and stuff like that, but then nothing of any real importance come up. Walkie. I think I'd really like to sort of play a woman with a bit of balls, really, or a bit of tits. Not that I've got much, but I've got a lot inside.
The BMI Awards, which honours Britain's top songwriters and publishers, were held this week at London's Dorchester Hotel. Among the recipients this year for 1 million performances were Donovan for Sunshine Superman, a-ha's Morten Harket for Take On Me, and Ringo Starr for It Don't Come Easy.
Here to receive a prize, dinner. 1 million plays of It Don't Come Easy. My son, Jason, who's just over there, worked it out that it's been played 135 times every day for the last 18 years. In the States alone, or everywhere? North America. It must have been big in Mexico.
a-ha's Morten Harket was on hand to pick up his award, and although happy with his million plays, he was a little surprised due to the lack of promotion of a-ha in the States.
we've never really done much in America, apart from the actual beginning, where we sort of broke through in the States first. But since that, we concentrated on the rest of the world, and consequently, we lost America. It was kind of a conscious move, because you can't really look after both. And that was also the effect of that. So we don't really sell a lot in America. But we do sell more than we would expected to do, because we don't, there's no effort put into the States for us. We will, though. It's really our obviously our biggest ambition now, having been around as long as we have. It's a nice challenge for us now. So we'll see.
Donovan's million performance song, Sunshine Superman, has been in the news recently as an inspiration to younger bands, most notably Manchester's Happy Mondays.
The young bands have been turning on to the music, notably the Mondays in Britain. In America, the Butthole Surfers recorded Hurdy-Gurdy Man, and they made a very wild version. But this also has been repeated with about 30 other bands that are really independent in the United States. And there is a record in a tribute coming. I don't know whether you remember, Leonard Cohen was given a tribute by 10 bands that re-recorded his material. This seems to be happening with my songs. I'm pleased.
That's it for part one. Stay tuned for part two, in which we say happy birthday to blues and soul. Get food for thought from the Red Hot Chilies right after the break.
120 minutes, Sundays, 2100 hours.
Now, Pringles potato chips. Once you pop, you can't stop. Bags and bags of chips in a tube. You taste them, you love them, you want them. Once you pop, pop, pop. Once you pop, 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 pop. You can't stop, can't stop, can't stop. New Pringles. Pop, pop, pop. In 3 flavors. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Oh, it's video time.
Visual excellence on Sony VHS tapes.
I used to wake each morning and really go to town. Now I use a seer with a clean, fresh, subtle smell. So try to sing you, create a buzz, not a home.
Na, was ist?
Wir haben es.
Was?
Den Prototypen vom neuen Nintendo Super Set. Ja, mit 3 Wahnsinnsspielen. Hier, Tetris und Super Mario Bros. Und Nintendo World Cup.
Oh, super, super. Klasse Live-Action für 4 Spieler.
Dann muss Nintendo 14 Millionen ausspucken.
Das gibt's doch schon überall zu kaufen.
Ja, das neue Nintendo Super Set. Die Actionwelt von Nintendo.
Welcome back to the Week in Rock, a week in which legendary British soul magazine Blues and Soul celebrated its 25th anniversary at London's Royal Albert Hall. The magazine, which has featured soul stars like Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, and rappers such as Ice-T, enlisted the help of Freddie Jackson, J.T. Taylor, and the Young Disciples to help them celebrate.
It's really nice. I think everyone's coming together, you know, under the same roof with one frame of mind. It's not, oh, well, he's going to do this and he's going to do that. Even last night backstage was like, it felt like a family of artists getting together and doing, uniting the souls together, and it felt very good.
They requested my services, and they've always been good to me when I was with Kool and the Gang and since leaving the group. And it is a celebration, which is one of my biggest songs.
I dream of you the whole day through, and when the night shine falls, I'm all alone.
I've been in the business ever since I was 11 years old. I signed with A&M Records when I was 11. My first album didn't come out until I was 14 because the songs that were given to me was too old for me. I was 11, but I had a very mature voice. So the timing was wrong, so I didn't come out until I was 14 on my first album.
Come on!
Up until, I think it was 2 weeks back, they would have said to me, are you appearing at the Blues and Souls, sorry, at the Albert Hall, and I was saying, no, I didn't even know about it, and then got the phone call 2 weeks ago, and here I am.
You just keep on using me till you use me up, but you can use all you want, I just don't mind. Oh, till you use me up, but you can use all you want, I just don't mind. Sing it to me one time. Such a good feeling, that's where I wanna be, yeah. Locked in your prison of total ecstasy. Alright, alright.
As a DJ, actually, get a lot of info from them, but for the Young Disciples, it's kind of like they're a bit more straighter than we are, I think, or they go for a straighter act than the Young Disciples. Even though there has been interest shown, so it's good from that respect. But I think they're more interested, they really seem to be more interested in the American Quiet Storm kind of act, you know what I mean? Which, I like a lot of those acts, but that's not the Young Disciples, you know.
Terms that are put on music sometimes don't accurately describe. I mean, there's soul music that has a blues feel, you know, and blues that has a soul. I mean, what's the difference? It's all music.
At the moment, all we've got is people from other departments working on soul music, dance music, when they normally work on indie, rock, blah, blah, blah. So we still haven't got the personnel there.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers' current album, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, has gone gold in America after just one single release, Give It Away. We met up with the band in Cincinnati, America, where frontman Anthony Kiedis told us all and more.
A dog girl, oh Cincinnati, how I love you, how I love you. Nobody gets hurt up here. Nobody gets hurt. Be very kind to your brother. Be very kind to your sister. Nobody gets hurt. Let's go.
The tour is a wily dichotomy. You have to consider what it's like to tour. It's the greatest thing in the world. You have the perfect creative outlet for exercising your soul of all of the demons and saints that dwell within. And it's also the most grueling test of manhood that you could ever encounter, because you're constantly traveling on a bus, banging your body into submission of blood and bones on stage, eating terrible food, being very lonely, missing your friends back home. You just lose all concept of reality, and perception just becomes a twisted notion of dissipated non-reality. And so, but it's the greatest thing in the world, because you get to go and make the spontaneous, live, extemporaneous explosion of psychedelic, bone-crunching mayhem funk on stage for all of these people. And whether it could be the 25th show of the tour for us, but it's the only show for Syracuse, New York. And these kids, they come out and they have their dismal lives, and they just want a chance for an hour and a half to forget about everything in the world other than the beauty of music and energy that is created in the live show. So it's, you know, you rack your brains, but it's also the most rewarding thing known to me. They're gonna release Suck My Kiss, but not as a single, because, thanks. What it is I guess in Europe, the marketing scheme of the business world cannot comprehend or devour the notion of Suck My Kiss being a radiothon, because it's got, the balls are too large. And so they're gonna come out with Under the Bridge as a single, which is a very sort of sensitive, tender, revealing side of the band. A lot of people call it a ballad, but Chad likes to refer to it as a salad.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
We're coming on tour in Europe in February 1992. All over Europe. We're going to play Ireland for the first time. We're going to play Italy for the first time. We're going to be, you know, cross-patching away across the continent. And of course, you know, England is not actually part of the European continent. It's its own separate entity. And we're going to be dabbling across that entity as well. And then we're going to come back, and you know what we're doing in the summertime? Have you ever heard of Lollapalooza? Right? With Keynes and Dixon and all those other bands. It's going to be Lollapalooza Part 2. And we're going to be the kings of Lollapalooza Part 2.
Bonnie Raitt, in her new role as darling of the CD age and 1990 Grammy lady, is packing them in across Europe, performing her mixture of blues and soulful rock and roll. We dropped in on Bonnie to find success has not blunted her edge.
When you finally, after 20 years, hit upon a record that everybody seems to respond to, why in then would you be crazy enough to change it, you know? Mm-hmm. So basically, I'm making the same kind of mix of songs that I've always done, just I think the rest of the world has decided to like it more, you know?
Writing you a love letter, got my radio on. Radio.
Baby, I hope you get my message. I think this new blues resurgence is really healthy and hopefully won't be considered a fad. But, you know, I'm a blues-influenced artist, but not a blues singer, really. So I like to think that roots music is what we're promoting here. And I don't know about you, but the first time I heard a record that just floored me was, I think the last time, the Satisfaction, that era of Rolling Stones, some of the Marvin Gaye songs that I heard, just in terms of sexiness, Muddy Waters records are just hands down. I think the seductive nature of it, even if you're a teenager and don't know really what your hormones are trying to tell you, the unabashedly, it's sensual, erotic pull of that kind of music is, you know, historically goes back to the beginning of time. You know, that's why they call it the devil's music. It's not the devil's music at all. It just feels good.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Ooh,
I've always really loved the kind of human wailing sound. It's very, the way that you play slide, you can emote very clearly through, it's like a harmonica or a violin. It's very, the single note aspect of it is what really moved me.
Something to talk about. Something to talk about. It's something to talk about. Something to talk about. It's something to talk about. How about love?
Most of us rock and rollers are growing up in our late 30s and early 40s. You know, we chose this lifestyle on purpose to remain kids and rebel. And it's been a real challenge to learn how to grow up without getting to be an old fogey. You know, I still feel like a kid, so the best of both is what I'm looking for.
The names Michelle Turley and Emil Lobo may not mean much to you now, but judging by the treatment they're getting from one of the major record labels at the moment, that situation may well change.
Call me a fool for playing these lust games tonight. But the cat in me, she's working up the appetite. Sugar daddy bad, sugar daddy bitches. And daddy don't want me. No.
I had older sisters, and they were into like Three Dog Night and Guess Who and Led Zeppelin and all of that. And so I started out with that, I guess. And then my parents were into country western, so I listened to that as well.
Maybe you thought you had made a happy home, but dirty water will never quench my fire. Daddy don't want me. Daddy don't need me. My daddy don't want me.
I always wanted to play the guitar, and my parents were both piano players. You know, they always wanted me to play piano, and every time we went on holiday to Spain when I was young, I always wanted a guitar. It's true. You know, they say eventually they'd get me one, you know, and I kind of had these awful nylon things, but then I kind of got a...
He rebelled.
I always wanted to play guitar, so I kind of got my first electric and taught myself when I was about 13 or something, I suppose. Michelle and I had known each other for ages, but we haven't worked together, right?
No,
and then I was
never worked together.
Never worked together, and I always used to listen to each other things that we were doing music.
Yeah, he'd send me tapes, and I'd send him tapes, and it was kind of like, yeah. And then we went to upstate New York over the summer, over Labor Day weekend, this last summer, and started playing by Lake Wacko Wacko, is what we always call it.
Yeah, it's a nickname for the wake.
The
lake.
It was a wake too.
It probably was actually, yeah. Kind of had this nickname. And that's where the first song, Daddy, that we wrote together.
It just blended, it came out, and we realized that we had some sort of a similar connection there.
Chemistry. Blues chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I know I'm gonna find you.
A Practicing Maniac at Work is the title of the new album from Westbam, an internationally famous Berlin DJ. Is the title indicative of how he would describe himself? We got up with him and his friend at his gig in Berlin's hottest techno club, The Planet.
It's a DJ tour and it's a party tour. We don't want to go on stage and perform the music. We want to take the music where it's meant to work. Just the way we work it as DJs, play the records, mix them in if they fit.
he's got his finger on the pulse with trends, and he fits in, but he's got his own style. He always holds his own style, which is why he's so successful.
I think West Ham is a very good example for DJs in general because of the way he works, because of the group he has around him, and because they try to be as professional as possible but still have the underground feeling. To combine the underground and the commercial is difficult anyway, and I think he's doing a very good job of it.
I guess I had a little influence on some DJs that work here, but otherwise I don't know, and let the people judge about that. I don't know, it's not my place to comment on that.
What we're gonna like most about it, that he all tested his songs at parties, you know, like he was like playing them from a dead band, and he was looking like how the audience reacted, and it was good. He just took it on the record. I like that.
Let the beat commence.
Definitely he's a maniac.
I leave that open to the listener himself, but I expect the listener to be the practicing maniac as well.
And that's it for this week's Week in Rock. Have a good one.
Yes, it's 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening now. We're going to switch over to the States to have a look at the US Top 20. And will Michael Jackson be #1 there as well? Have a look for yourself.
The MTV Top 20 Video Countdown.
Oh, hi there. Adam Curry here, and well, for the next 2 hours on this special Thanksgiving leftovers weekend, we'll count down the 20 most popular videos of the fall. I'll say there's nothing quite like a turkey sandwich made from the finest leftovers. Actually, you got any more mashed potatoes over there? Thank you. You didn't pay her, don't worry. No, I know I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Basically, what we've got is the 20 coolest videos of this past autumn for you. And at number 20 is the first of 2 videos from a group that recently had to cancel some dates because their lead singer lost his voice, almost as bad as having your mouth full with turkey sandwich. Anyway, they've hardly lost their touch. As the success of the 3 videos from the latest CD demonstrates, here's one of those clips at number 20. I'm talking about Van Halen. This is Top of the World. The first of 2 Van Halen clips on our Best of Autumn countdown. That's Top of the World, checking in at the bottom of the top 20. And this next clip debuted on the countdown last week, but even so, it was still one of the hottest videos of the fall and promises to be one of the coolest of the winter. And what makes it so appealing are those candy-coated guitar chords. Now, you don't see the guitarist in the video, and in fact, our next artist didn't even see this mystery Axeman when he recorded his parts for this next song, but you probably saw him on stage at MTV 10 with our next performer, and you're definitely going to see his cousin It-like features twice later on in the show. First off, though, here he is, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, at number 19. This is Black or White. Black or White, the 19th coolest video of the fall from Michael Jackson, the king of pop. And there may be only one king of pop, but there are lots of dukes, earls, counts, viscounts, and other sundry noble men and women coming up. So stay right where you are. We'll be back in a sec.
Yo, Europe, what's up? It's Fab Five Freddy, live and direct, New York City, letting you know that you can check me out right here every Saturday, 1700 hours. That's right, be on time, and I'll be kicking much flavor right at you. So be here or be square. Yo, MTV Raps.
We're back with your MTV Raps today, coming in at 1900 hours, Monday through Friday. We're not going to resort to cheap crazy tricks. We're not gonna do wild comedy. We're gonna give you the information you wanna see on Yo MTV Raps today. 1900 hours, Monday through Friday. We're not gonna have men in dresses, women looking like...
How does dress look? Ain't this the one you told me to wear for Europe?
Listen closely. Hi-fi stereo sound from the Panasonic F55. You can feel the difference. Panasonic.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
That's original.
Emerson High, 1975. You're in my class.
I was your teacher.
What helps keep skin looking young? Oil of Ulay twice a day. It works like skin's natural fluids to replace lost moisture.
Miss Fitzhenry?
Bugsy Brown.
Oil of Ulay twice a day.
Wow.
The secret of young-looking skin.
If your life depended on a battery, would you choose the one which lasts longer than an ordinary battery? The one which lasts longer than the one before? Or that guarantees you no other mercury-free battery in the world can last longer? This battery is called UCAR, a new name for lasting. You've never seen lips like these before, because you've never seen lip color like this. Now, CoverGirl introduced Lip Advance, a different kind of lip color. The cream powder goes on richly. The top coat feels moist and silky. So Lip Advance lasts, lasts, and lasts.
How much longer?
Sir. And lasts. Lip Advance from CoverGirl, redefining beautiful.
Panasonic's digital technology makes all the difference. The Palm Quarter S5 video movie camera takes out the shake digitally. 12 times digital zoom. Panasonic's Palm Quarter S5 digital technology makes the difference. Panasonic.
You know, Primal Scream is the name of one of those British groups that Dave Kendall knows a lot more about than I do. And Primal Scream is also the name of a trendy 70s psychiatric treatment that John Lennon underwent, and which Albert Goldman would know a lot more about than I do. But it's also the name of a new song from a group that I, in fact, actually know something about. For one thing, I know they like tattoos, and for another, I know their name is Motley Crue. In at 18, here's Primal Scream. That's Motley Crue at 18 this week with Primal Scream. Okay, let's talk about sex for a minute. Now, we're not just talking about Magic Johnson. We're not just talking about Freddie Mercury. We're talking about lots of other non-famous, real people who are being exposed to a very real sexually transmitted disease. You probably noticed this red ribbon. This commemorates National AIDS Awareness Day, which is Sunday, December 1st. So don't be afraid, just be smart. And listen to what these lovely ladies have to say. Salt and Pepper at number 17. Let's talk about sex.
Spinderella.
Talk about sex, a dang good idea in this day and age, and a dang good song from Salt and Pepper in at number 17 on the Best of Autumn Countdown. Now, Salt and Pepper, of course, were discovered while they were working at Sears, but our next artist got their start by singing the Levi's 501 Blues song at a school talent show. Eventually, of course, they went from crooning ad jingles to singing movie soundtracks, and the rest is pop history, or rather, hip-hop doo-wop history. Here's I Adore Me More at 16 for Color Me Bad. Love doing that again. CMB, I Adore Me More in at number 16 on our Thanksgiving leftovers weekend. Hey, Christmas is coming, kids, so you know the deal. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Actually, I'll let one of our next bands tell you why you shouldn't cry, but only after we come back from this break, so sit tight.
Color Me Bad. Simply Red.
Something got me started.
U2. REM.
Hey, hey, hey.
MTV, your favorite music and more.
One of our next songs is about the absurdity of language, while another one is named after one of the most absurd phrases in our language. But first, we have arguably one of the most interesting clips of the Thanksgiving season. Now, of course, there's the floating baby, which recalls the Nirvana album cover. There's the stumbling in the snow that seems to dramatize someone's Napoleon complex. There's the very symbolic running up to the edge of the skyscraper roof. Actually, if you look closely, you can see it's not the edge at all, but that's okay, it's a thought that counts. And also the song, which in this case is undeniably stirring. And at 15, Don't Cry, the first of 2 entries on this special countdown for Guns N' Roses. The real deal from Jesus Jones at number 13 on this Best of Autumn Top 20. And before that, we heard about the things that make you go, from CNT Music Factory, and those things that make you go, wah, from Guns N' Roses. Oh, and speaking of the real deal, I've got it right here. The Real Deal, definitely one of my favorite comics. Actually, it's one of my associate producer's favorite comics. It's available from Amok Books in Los Angeles. Very interesting stuff. And we'll keep running amok with the year's most popular rap video when we come back after this brief brainwashing session.
Midnights on MTV. Every Monday through Friday at midnight, we're going to give you more of what you want to see. Rock Block. 2 hours of your favorite rock and roll. From Tom Petty to Extreme. From Foreigner to Guns N' Roses. Midnight, Monday. MTV's Postmodern. Are these your kind of bands? Well, we've got the show for you. Every Tuesday through Friday at midnight, you'll catch the chart toppers with that extra edge. Mondays, Rock Block. Rock, not metal. Tuesday through Fridays, Postmodern. Hits with a buzz. Midnights on MTV.